Answer is Division II. They've got all types of newcomers. This team has got to learn to win. It's been a process all season long.
And Long Beach State will start with the basketball. Lucina Traore has it. He had a big game against Cal State Fullerton last time these two teams played as well. Big double-double as Thompson misses on the three, but a whistle. And a foul is going to keep it on this side of the floor.
Well, obviously, if you're a Long Beach State fan, you don't like the missed shot by Thompson, but I like that they had patience trying to get the basketball inside. This is a team that has to understand their identity. They've got to get the ball into the paint. They've got to score if it's one-on-one. If not, they've got to kick opposite to open shooters and then attack the closeout defense by Cal State Fullerton.
Jones is inbound, tipped, and it's taken away. Jalen Cooper ended up with it, and it's Bruton who brings it up the floor. First offensive possession for the Titans. They've lost 4 of their last 5, coming off a 5-point loss at home to CSUN last Saturday.
Well, this is a team that wants to play through the paint. They want to get a piece of the paint. They've got capable shooters, but they're going to push it for the easy score. No go. They've got to have patience in the half court and get multiple paint possessions every time down on the other end of the floor.
Bruton knocks down the jumper. Team leader in points per game, averaging 15.5. Here's A.J. George. His first shot of the night spins off and rebound to the Titans.
You know, this is a team, as I mentioned, they live in the paint, but they also want to get to the free throw line. And then they like to kick out for wide open jump shots. So paint penetration to finish, kick it, make the extra passes, looking for open shots. But downhill, we'll see all night long.
Deep 2, Bruton misses that one. Jones comes up with it. Long Beach State trying to get on the board. Jones will try the 3 straight away. Fullerton pushing it the other way now. Down low, square against Abubakar Traore, one-on-one. Gets inside and puts it in.
Really like the defense by Abubakar, trying to be physical, take the contact. But, Mikey Square, he's a junkyard dog, just physical, covets contact, can play through contact.
Nice movement down low for George. And he was taking on 2 Titan defenders there, and they got the better of him. Now Bruton inside. Off the window, it rattles in.
There's got to be a little bit more resistance. Long Beach State has got to get back, have 5 backsides facing the baseline, 10 eyeballs loaded up guarding the ball. Can't let them get to the rim that easy.
Nice start for the Titans. They're up 6-0. Got to get another 2 there on our score bug.
But with Long Beach, at their last loss in Hawaii by 7, they had 40-plus points in the paint. So right now they've settled. Messiah hits that jump shot, but I want to see him get the ball inside more and open up the inside and then kick it to the outside.
Turnover for Long Beach State on the foul away from the ball. Is like you said, Coach, Thompson did put it in, but waved off. Foul happened before. And so the Titans a chance to continue building on this great start.
Well, Fullerton's doing a nice job defensively. They also are going to be well-versed in keeping the ball in front, trying to limit the paint penetration, whether it's by a direct post feed or a pass. But they're always in scramble defense. They're tough on the other end of the floor.
San Antonio gets a screen. Thompson stays with him. Turnaround, short jumper, and it's an 8-0 start for the Titans. Jadon Jones gets the beach on the board. DeLuna hands to San Antonio. Jones over to help.
Little surprise. Haven't seen anybody on the Long Beach State team talking. Usually Lucina is back there as your center fielder, but I don't want to say guys are reactive, but they certainly haven't seen that proactivity when they get out going. The offense usually is the catalyst of their offense, of their push and their flow game.
Cooper got inside for that lay-in. 10-3, Cal State Fullerton. And Long Beach State turns it over. Bruton for three. Left it short. Rebound to Cooper. Another chance. This is Robinson. No good. George hacked hard as he went up for that rebound. And that'll send us to a timeout here inside the Walter Pyramid. A good start for Cal State Fullerton as they try to come in and get a big road win. They're up 7 early in the first half.
Bad, porous defense. I just don't see the effort needed to start a game of this magnitude of moving week, trying to get to that second seed for that double bye in the postseason tournament. So hopefully they can tune it up on the other end, which will initiate easy offense, layups, dunks, flow game. But right now I like this set where they're trying to get the basketball inside to A.J. George. Fullerton doing a great job, boy, of just packing that lane. I mean, you've got 6 eyeballs. Every time a Long Beach State player gets the ball, you've got a minimum 6 eyeballs loaded to the ball.
The foul's on John Mikey Square. It's the third foul against the Titans, first on Square. And Long Beach State will inbound from the baseline. And they call it the 15-mile rivalry. These two campuses, not a lot of distance between them, although with traffic down here, it certainly feels that way. George underneath in traffic, able to lay it in. A.J. George has really come on of late scoring the basketball. He's averaging now double figures. He's brought his average all the way up. He's averaging over 10 points per game.
He certainly is a super soft. Now, right now, we see both the Traores are starting to talk. So let's see if that initiates one and done on that end, and now they can push.
Boubacar, no look underneath Lucina. Square was on him. Lucina throws it up wildly. It gets volleyballed off the backboard, and then a foul is called against Cal State Fullerton.
Wasn't exactly how it was drawn up, but they were able to get the stop, and now they push it. Now, with Lucina, he's just too deep into the paint, but the key word or words was deep in the paint. So I like that he had 2 feet in there, but he had to go up backwards, so he couldn't collect himself and go up strong and square for the easy bucket. But at least they got the ball inside.
Jadon with a defender on him. 3 doesn't go.
And that time they almost looked like they were daring Abubakar to shoot the shot up top.
And they're going to count that one. Abubakar getting up there and touched the rim as the ball was bouncing around.
You know, again, what's perplexing is they go to Hawaii. They have no Sahonis, so that's a big loss. And obviously Sahonis won't play tonight. But they get 44 points in the paint at Hawaii, lose by 7. You know, that was a heck of a game. But in that Hawaii game, I don't think they made a 3. I think they missed all their 3s, and they only had 5 or 6 assists. So right now, I want to see paint scores, assists, you know, make the extra pass, get inside, try and score.
Oh, that one was halfway down. It comes out on the run, and Bruton misses the layup. He took on 2 defenders. Now pass up ahead for Abubakar. Can he finish? No, but he tips it back in.
We credit A.J. George with the wherewithal to get it out to his running teammate. If you run, you should be rewarded.
Lucina, the rebound, saves it. Beach on the move again. Thompson, catch and shoot. Out of bounds. Fullerton basketball. Long Beach State there, I think 2 or 3 straight possessions, really picking up the pace down the floor.
Well, I think that's all in correlation to their defense. You've got people talking on defense. Both the Traores were back there directing. The bench got a little animated. I remember coaching back in college, not in the NBA, where your team's not talking and the coaches would tell the bench, don't talk. Let's let them talk. Let's let them talk it out. And I don't know if that's the case over there, but they started to talk. So that's a good sign if you're a Long Beach State fan.
Good feed to Bruton, and he's able to spin it in. DJ Bruton makes it 14-7 Titans.
You've got to contain him. You got to keep him in front, and then you got to wall him up in there. He can score every which way on the floor. Really talented offensive player.
Down low, Lucina.
He's too low. He's got to know his spacing on the floor.
Lost it. Ball's on the floor. It's wrapped up, and a timeout taken by the Titans to save the possession there. Well, Coach, one thing I'm really curious to see tonight, the last time these two teams played, it was December 28th of 2023 in Fullerton. Long Beach State won it by 10. Lassina and Abubakar combined for 39.
Side of the offense much. They've had a couple possessions of trying to go inside, but I want to see a heavy dose. Make Fullerton have to double and then pass and play out of the double team in the paint.
Well, as far as turnovers go to start this one, Long Beach State's already given it away 4 times, and the Titans don't have a turnover yet. Issa Silva's coming to the game for the Beach. Thompson to the bench. 3 on the way. Robinson, too strong. Offensive rebound and the lay-in for Cooper.
Well, that's the tough thing about being in a zone. You just can't turn to find the ball. You have to find a jersey, a blue jersey in your quadrant. Much more difficult than one-on-one, man-to-man.
Make it 5 turnovers now for the Beach on a double dribble there. So a 9-point Fullerton lead. They got a chance to make it a double-digit lead for the first time. And Abubakar Traore comes out. We see Amari Stroud enter the game for the first time. And you mentioned Sahonis a moment ago, Coach. And, you know, both these teams missing big-time scores. Sahonis out for the Beach. Max Jones out for the Titans. I mean, I guess since they're both out, it sort of levels the playing field a little bit, but 2 big misses for both these teams.
Well, it really is. I mean, you talk about Max Jones at 30 against UC San Diego, 20 against Poly. I think it was 26 against CSUN when he was playing. I mean, those are big-time numbers, big-time player in the Big West.
Firing away, straight away, and it rattles home. The 3 for Antoine Robinson. Robinson, freshman from St. Louis, making it a 12-point Titan lead.
Yeah, I mean, good-looking wing in this league, a catch-and-shoot guy. He's big, he's strong, and he's extremely physical.
Silva's pass deflected. Stroud able to get it. Shot clock at 10. Jadon Jones to Silva. Slings it out, George. Way out to Jones. 2 to shoot. Fires away. Spun off. Bit of a hectic possession there for the Beach. And the Titans can continue this good run to start the game. They're on a 7-0 run right now.
So I like their patience. They don't have their push game in transition. They're going to try and get the ball to all sides of the floor, which they did in this possession. And they're really not rushing anything. They're trying to read the defense, move the defensive pieces around.
5 to shoot. Bruton turning around and left it short. Stroud was there.
Really good defensive possession by the Beach right there. So you got to get the ball to Lassina right away. He had his man behind him. He had his target hands up. Palms to the passer. Feed the beast.
Silva short there. Stroud diving on it, but then it goes out of bounds, and last touch by the Titans.
I just love the way Stroud plays. He's the Energizer Bunny. He's like A.J. George. He gets up and down the floor. The Titans coming in with EFT, energy, focus, and toughness.
22. And battling for a spot in the Big West tournament. There's Dan Munson's 17th season here at Long Beach State. So plenty of experience between these two head coaches going up against one another. Jadon Jones, the fake, the drive to the hoop. With the foul, Jadon Jones.
So right on your cue, that's how you get the ball into the paint, right? It wasn't what we were thinking, oh, get a triangle, get it to the wing. Jadon Jones not with the catch and shoot, but deciding right there, the rip through left, takes it to that side, and he just was not going to be denied getting to the rim. Very good job, very strong drive, and we teach players at my basketball camp in the summertime, MVPcamp.com, make your dribble take you somewhere. And I've always said this, whether you're in 7th grade basketball or you're playing in the NBA, if you can't get your shot in 2 dribbles, then give it up and let somebody else have a chance. Pass it, move it, share the sugar, like I always like to say, but you can't pound the leather off the basketball. That was a great play by Jadon Jones to get 3 points on the board for his team.
And Coach, to your previous point before coming out of the break, talking about taking too many threes. I mean, Long Beach State, they don't shoot a ton of threes. They had taken 7 threes out of their first 15 shot attempts.
Yeah.
Amari Stroud tips it, steals it, and can't take it all the way. He lost it inside the key. San Antonio missed the jumper. Up come the Beach. A.J. George passed up the outside shot into the lane and puts it in.
Two great possessions, one by Jadon Jones, one by A.J. George, not settling. You can get a jump shot anytime in that shot clock. But right now, put some pressure, get into the lane, good job. And now you see they're on the balls of their feet. Lacina's talking traffic a little bit. I'd like to see Jadon Jones and George on the backside. Now Jadon's on the strong side, but talk. Tell your teammates where their help is.
San Antonio misses there. Lacina's got it. George is not a guy who settles often. In the game at Hawaii, he took 14 shots. He had 18 points. None of those 14 shots were from three.
I call him a super soft for a reason. He's just one of the best players in this Big West.
Well, Lacina Traore called for the foul, giving it back to the Titans. Some changes here. Robinson goes to the bench for Cal State Fullerton, and they bring Cooper back in.
Back to A.J. George, he just does it all, and he does so many little things. I always harp on it game after game, but he's a guy that could lead this team in scoring. But I always say he's accepted his role. He's bought in. He believes in Coach Munson, and he believes that all the little things that he does helps this team win. And when he's on, he's very, very efficient.
Jason Hart Jr. came in for the Beach. Meanwhile, looks like an injury there as Stroud comes down the floor for the dunk, and they're going to stop play. And hopefully everything's all right here. But Cooper went down awkwardly, non-contact either. And
well, it comes to mind when someone comes down non-contact. It just reminds me of the Kobe Bryant injuries. Different injuries. And again, we're not doctors, but it'll be real interesting to see if he can pop up. But just looked like he just a little off balance on the ankle. So thank goodness it's hopefully not very, very serious, but he's up and moving towards the bench.
Yeah, they helped him to his feet. He's walking off, so that's a good sign there.
But, I talked about how many new faces that Fullerton has. He's a Division II transfer, and I mean, it's unbelievable how coaches always wanted the one and done. Now the scheme of the landscape of college basketball has changed. They want older players, but he played at Palm Beach Atlantic, a 4-5, fits perfect into their system. Long athlete, rim finisher, offensive rebounder.
Donovan O'Day into the game for the first time and immediately making his mark.
Boy, he's uber athletic. You watch him, he's got an elite first step. I had Fullerton when they played San Diego State down at the Viejas to open up the season early on.
Abubakar double teamed after the offensive rebound and steps on the end line. It's going back to the Titans.
Back to Donovan O'Day, a transfer from McNeese State, and just had a lot of experience coming in. And the one thing I noticed throughout the season of watching him, he gets to the free throw line, and that's due to his athleticism of being able to beat you and then just find a crevice. And, a lot of teams foul. Great job moving the ball, all three sides of the offense. Doesn't fall. Long Beach State does a great job cleaning their glass.
Abubakar hopping on his way to the basket, called for the travel. So the Titans up by 8, shooting 48%. It's now 9 turnovers for Long Beach State to start this one. You mentioned the turnovers, Coach, in the last matchup. They had 17 total in that game at Fullerton.
So 9 in the first half, 8 in the second half, if my memory's right.
DeLuna, nice touch. 10-point Titan lead. Abubakar walks it up, and we mentioned at the start, Long Beach State battling for the double bye. The top 2 seeds in the Big West tournament get a double bye. Well, things do not get any easier for the Beach. Abubakar left open, going to try it, and doesn't hit. But the last 3 games for Long Beach State, Coach, it is quite the gauntlet. They got at UC Irvine Saturday, O'Day misses that one.
Would you be a rock fight?
And then UC Santa Barbara and UC Davis here at home to finish off the regular season. Hart misses a 3.
A lot of talented players in those teams you just mentioned and really good coaches.
Well, that UC Davis game, March 9th, last game of the regular season, it's Long Beach State and UC Davis right now basically for that 2 seed. Long Beach State basically would have to win Saturday at Irvine to have any shot at a 1 seed. That shot goes in.
It's way too easy. Contain. I talked about rebound on the board for Fullerton. What would I have on the board? A plethora of things, but one of the biggest things would be, and I'm sure that's what Coach Munson's going to talk about, you have to contain the dribble. Team defense is about containing the dribble. I'm telling you, there's been no letdown with Fullerton. They're getting the ball.
Something they've had a tough time doing historically. Just 16 wins all time. You see there, Long Beach State, 76-53 all time against the Titans, 42-16 here. And Titans last one in this building in 2021. Derek Lewis is coming to the game for the Beach. And another Long Beach State turnover. That's the 10th of this first half.
I always say, if you're going to dribble baseline, you better be able to take one dribble and go up and dunk it. Where are you going to go underneath the basket? And any good defensive team is going to be equal to the level or beneath the ball. You've got nowhere to go. And again, that goes back to make your dribble take you somewhere. Dribble with a purpose.
Carper, corner 3, drains it. Titans by 15. What a start here for Cal State Fullerton. No longer just a start. It's been a great first half for them. Here's Varick Lewis. Lucina double teamed. Pass almost taken away. Thompson puts it through.
The perfect offense. Even though he was a little bit too far off, he was more short corner than paint. The double comes, he kicks it out to Messiah, he takes a dribble, gets a clean, wide open look.
That ends a 10-0 run for the Titans' first Long Beach State points in over 3 minutes. Looked like a travel for Carper. Fans wanted it, didn't get the call. San Antonio in the lane, falling away, spun out. Thompson spinning around defenders. Almost lost it, and he is called for the travel.
But sometimes the way to beat a press isn't to dribble through it when you have pressure. And right there, he's just, again, if I was Coach Munson, I'd be talking about the push, that initiated the travel. But again, you just can't dribble out of control. You've got to catch it. You've got to look ahead, and the best way to beat pressure is by the pass. That time, he was just a runaway train.
Offensive foul. Donovan O'Day sends it right back to Long Beach State. Well, nice start for DJ Bruton. He's already into double figures with 10. Jadon Jones leading Long Beach State with 6 points. George out to Abubakar. Abubakar going to the free throw line. So Traore, 2 points on 1 of 5 shooting, 5 rebounds, and he steps to the line here. Again, just an incredible game. His last time against the Titans is...
I just like his aggressiveness. Again, we've seen Jadon Jones start. We've seen A.J. George. Now we see Abubakar trying to get into the paint as opposed to settling, because, again, those jump shots can come any time in that shot clock. But most importantly, this is a team that has to get in the lane for easy, high-degree percentage shots.
Abubakar, 23 points, 22 rebounds, and 6 assists when these two teams matched up in Fullerton earlier this season. Traore makes the free throws, and Long Beach State within 11 as the clock ticks to 5 here in the first half. Bruton against Thompson. Nice touch. And then knocks the pass out of bounds. staying with the Beach, though.
I mean, both teams are playing a high degree of defense, of trying to get back and take away all the easy baskets that could occur of teams that, quite frankly, create great offense off of their pressure defense.
A.J. George against Bruton. One-on-one. Kicks out for Jones. Good look for three. No, but the rebound right into his lap. Here's Varick Lewis. No good on the three.
But George was triple teamed that time when he got into the lane. Really nice kick out.
Long Beach State now 1 for 12 from beyond the arc. Here's Carper, corner three. Yes. Titans up 16. It's their largest lead of the game. A.J. pulls up off the dribble. Ball kept alive, but knocked out by the Beach. Going to the Titans. And right now it is all Titans. Another chance for Long Beach State to talk about it and regroup. They'll have 3:51 to salvage this first half. Titans by 16 in Long Beach.
Right now that if the postseason tournament was this weekend, they're going home. They're not. It's like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, right? They're not allowed to play in any reindeer games. So this is a team, as much as Long Beach State should be fighting for that second seed for the double bye, this is a team right now that's fighting for their life game by game to make that 8th spot to go to Vegas to have a chance to get hot and punch their ticket to March Madness.
Cal State Fullerton half a game behind Cal State Bakersfield in the standings. Sitting in 10th place right now. Bakersfield in 9th. Should note, UC San Diego, their spot in the standings does not count. So everybody else gets to shift up. And UCSD in the final year of their transition from D2 to D1. So even though they're tied for first in the conference, they're not eligible for postseason play. Polonese, deep two, misses. And Long Beach State continuing to be kind of drawn into these jumpers here. And unfortunately not hitting at a high clip right now.
It's all about the buy-in. The buy-in. We're an inside-out team. I mean, that has been preached since day one of camp.
Inside, kicks out. Bruton can't get the shot off. Oh, but they called a foul just as the shot clock was expiring.
Well, hopefully they're going to go and review that to check the monitor to make sure that it did not expire. And, you know, I thought in real time there was a travel in the lane that was very close to being a travel. Let's just leave it at that.
Well, let's see our own replay if that shows us anything. Vincent Lee getting it to Bruton, and then, well, tough to tell there because we can't see the clock.
You know, and then, again, while they figure this out, as a coach, when you're looking at your defensive player coming out, you got to close out under control. And with the length versus the shooter, with the length versus the defender, it wasn't even close. It's almost double. And, you know, why you would leave your feet, you're supposed to close out under control, hear your sneakers go pitter, 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 patter, and be there to go up and to just contest the shot.
And Bruton's a very savvy player. Do you think he could have had the wherewithal there to think, I have a better shot here of drawing a foul than I do to shoot this one as the shot clock was expiring?
Absolutely. That just comes with being smart basketball. You know, he's not only a great scorer, he's a very smart basketball player.
The call stands. So a big-time swing there momentum-wise for Cal State Fullerton as it looked like they were about to have an empty possession, and Long Beach State is looking like they were about to build some momentum on the defensive side.
And they certainly need that, and it comes with not only being proactive, not only with talking, not only with being five guys connected on a string. They've got to start to get some multiple stops right now. You know, it'd be great for them to be able to close this to double digits, you know, low double digits, you know, 10 points. You know, I'd be, you'd be ecstatic. Because it just wasn't the start that I thought I would see, right out of the gate.
San Antonio's pass to Lee taken away. Abubakar, no. Lucina loses it. It's going to stay with the Beach.
I think the momentum was taking Lucina. I loved his effort to go up with two hands, but I like offensive rebounders to rebound it high, collect themselves with their lower body, keep the ball high, and then go up with the strong finish. It appeared that he was bringing that ball down when it got deflected in real time.
I really can't say enough about the defense down low for the Titans so far in this first half too. Lucina triple team, shot doesn't go, rebound to Robinson.
Well, there definitely was an emphasis made that they were going to limit paint scores by their walls of defense down there. Single coverage, double coverage, and like you just alluded to, triple coverage. We saw that a possession or two ago against A.J. George.
I mean, even with Abubakar, he's done a nice job to get inside, but once he's there just hasn't been anything for him. Lee trying to keep that one alive. It goes out of bounds. No, saved, and ends up with Lucina. Long Beach State, they haven't scored in 3 minutes, yet another 3-minute scoring drought. Jones trying to end it, and he does. And a look for the Titans bench as well. 14-point Fullerton lead. Shot clock single digits. Carper fires away from three, off the mark.
Well, they've got a chance to go in single digits if they can get a shot here and then get a stop on this end of the floor.
And they certainly got one from Chase Polynice, the three. 11-point game and a little 5-0 run. It's the Titans on a 3-minute scoring drought of their own now.
They've got a wall off the paint. Contest all shots from the perimeter.
San Antonio corner three, couldn't answer. Lee keeps it alive, and then it's knocked out off the Beach. Like Vincent Lee just hopped in front of two Beach players to grab that offensive rebound.
Yeah, and I get Long Beach State, hooting and hollering about who the ball went off. I'd be hooting and hollering, why didn't you block out? Because when the shot goes up, you're not trying to get the rebound. Someone's got to turn, and somebody's got to hit Vincent Lee like he stole their lunch money and put a body on him. You got to, like we screen. You screen a body, you don't screen air, you block out, you got to hit him and let him know that he's not getting between you and the basket.
Robinson deep three, air ball out of bounds, and it's going to be a dark shot clock for the Beach with 23.7. And a chance for this good crowd for a rivalry game to let the Titans hear about that air ball. O'Day back in the game for the Titans here for this, what could be final possession of the half.
It'd be interesting to see if they set a high ball screen. I'm figuring they're going to just one for it right now. Who comes up and sets the screen? And then have a shooter visible.
Beach down double digits. Can they make it a single-digit deficit at halftime? Jones from up top. He does.
Great call by Coach Dan Munson to be able to end the play, and even better with the execution that we saw with Long Beach State to make this a single-digit game.
An 8-0 run for Long Beach State to finish off the first half. This ESPN Plus broadcast is brought to you by Cave Toyota, proud sponsor of Long Beach State Athletics, serving drivers from the Lakewood and Carson areas since 1966. 8-point Titan lead as we start the second half here. And it's going to be the Titans to start with the basketball. And Long Beach State able to cut a 16-point lead down to an 8-point deficit before the break. And we'll see how these two teams come out. Dave Miller, Jason Schwartz, happy to have you along. Just 2 weeks left in the Big West regular season. Polanyi starts the second half in the game, and a jumper from Bruton give him 14, a game high. First offensive possession for Long Beach State. They shot 32% in the first half, 10 of 31, 3 for 14 from three. Make it 4 for 15, and a Jadon Jones special. He'll have a chance at the 4-point play.
Not exactly what I thought would have been drawn up coming out of halftime. I mean, we've become accustomed to them having them run that little set where they try and get the ball inside. But, you know, Jadon Jones just always has he's shooting it. It always has a chance to go in. And read the two-man game, was able to go up, knock it down, put 4 points on the board awful quick.
And just like that, feels like a ball game. 6-point Fullerton lead. We'll see if they have an answer.
See, this is how I thought Messina, and he does start out games. Now he's starting out the second half. I mean, he's barking like he's in the back of a center field.
San Antonio no good on the three. Messina saves it.
A little bit of different energy on the first defensive possession than we saw 20 minutes ago.
Jadon getting another look, doesn't go. Titans on the run. Robinson against Jones. Jones stands him up. And a little more energy, I think, from the student section of notice in the second half as well. They're into it. Messina Traore.
They're just waiting for something to happen. You know, get a couple stops, get fouled, get to the free throw line. Give them something to cheer about. And I like the Long Beach State bench. You know, again, what does Coach Munson and his staff do? They make great adjustments at the half. And you've alluded to the slow starts that we've seen this year. You know, but that's what makes coaching so difficult. It's just, you can't figure it out. You know, how can you come out in the second half and talk when you couldn't come out in the first half? And this is the biggest game of the year for Long Beach State. No question about it. If, in fact, you really are trying to fight for that number 2 seed, which I believe they are.
Abubakar Traore about to shoot 2. Came down with the offensive rebound there. It's now 8 rebounds for Abubakar. And again, he had 22 rebounds the first time these two teams played. All right, Traore, after a brief delay, steps to the free throw line. Abubakar, 4 points. He's 2 for 2 from the line. He's 1 for 6 from the floor. He's also got 3 assists in this one. Long Beach State, and Coach, I know this is a stat you like to see. 9 assists on 11 made baskets in this game.
Yeah, I do, and I didn't get to talk to that at the half. They had 8 assists on their 10 made baskets. But again, it's the mindset of coming in that we're an inside-out team, and it all starts with your defense. And the defense that we're seeing now and the energy that we're seeing in this second half is something that I really am enjoying. But again, why didn't they do it at the start? Biggest game of the year for Long Beach State. Now we'll see if they can fight their way through this last 20 minutes.
Bruton pulls up, missed it wide, and it's out of bounds to the beach. And Long Beach State is certainly keeping that momentum going. They're on a 6-0 run right now, finished the first half on an 8-0 run. And they got a chance to make this a one-possession game.
Well, I don't know if it was just me, but coming out, were you able to see just a different energy, just a different bounce, you know, just a different chemistry out there and energy out there, if you will? There, look at Lucina pointing, wants the ball. There's the triangle. That's what opens up the shooter on the backside. And again, I'll give credit to the pass. I'll give credit to A.J. George. But it was Lucina that pointed for the ball to go opposite, to shift the defense over, which enabled A.J. George to get up and do his thing.
Timeout, Dedrick Taylor and the Titans. A start to the second half that, well, UC Davis for that 2 seed, while Cal State Fullerton battling with Cal State Bakersfield for the 8 seed.
I tell you, no surprise. I mean, when you look at Irvine, we always say they've been a standard of the Big West. I mean, they're built on defending, rebounding, and toughness. and then you have UC Davis. It's a system, and you know everybody wants to be a Pepper too. Elijah Pepper getting it done, but you know we take UC San Diego out of the equation. But I'm gonna tell you this: the coach at UC San Diego, he may be out of the Big West soon. There's some big-time jobs that may open. He's done an unbelievable job, and that's not an easy job, okay, by any stretch of the imagination. But I don't know how much longer he'll be there with the success that he's had with recruiting players that fit his system and what he's been able to do in this conference.
Long Beach State, first lead of the night. Jones found himself wide open and found the bottom of the net. And Dedrick Taylor cannot be happy with the way things have unfolded after that timeout. A turnover and then a wide open three. Meanwhile, DeLuna is fouled and will go to the line to shoot two. These are going to be the first free throw attempts for Fullerton in this game.
And it's going to be crazy when I say this, but to me, that was the lack of intensity and proactivity of the Long Beach State defense. Now, you're sitting there going, well, you're not supposed to foul. But in the heat of a game, in a rivalry game, I think you said 15 miles apart. I mean, there's a lot of bruises. There's a lot of hits, legal hits. I just see the energy change on the players and the benches, and it's been a tale of two different halves for Long Beach State. And what does the guy that's a 1,000-point scorer do at Long Beach State? He give him space, hand down, man down, bucket time, Jadon Jones.
DeLuna misses them both, and then the Titans commit a foul.
See, it's another interesting thing if we can look at the, well, it's too late now, but Jadon Jones did a great job. I don't remember, and I'm getting old, so maybe it happened, but I don't remember anybody pulling the five guys together in the first 20 minutes of this game. You know, it was like, woe is me. Okay, it's not our night. We'll get it going in the second half. Now we're seeing this team come together, and I'm liking it on both ends of the floor. Credit Jadon Jones for having leadership to pull them together. Not sure what he told them, but I loved it that he had something to say.
It's a 12-0 run for the Beach. Down low for Lacina. Got away. That's his easiest basket of the night.
And what a great pass by A.J. George. On time, on target, away from the defender. Lacina looked it into his hands. Easy bucket, easy paint score.
And not only his easiest basket, it's his first made basket of the game. Now 2 points for Traore. San Antonio trying to stop the bleeding. Bruton against George. Square getting inside. 4 to shoot. San Antonio 3. No. The defense all over it on that possession.
And the difference, Fullerton was getting into the paint, getting to their spots. Now they're settling on the perimeter.
Messina ends up with a loose ball, then loses it, then a whistle. And a foul against the Titans is going to bring us to our under 16 timeout.
I'll tell you what, credit Long Beach State, credit Coach Munson, the energy, the focus. And
nothing run right now. I'm sure he'd like to go for a run somewhere. Don't see a lot of pups inside the pyramid.
That had to be a service dog, right?
I would assume so, yeah.
I mean, at Dodger Stadium, you can bring your dog sometime, right?
Yeah, the bark in the park night.
Yeah.
Lots of bark coming from the Beach right now. Polony's trying to keep it rolling. Doesn't go. Abubakar can't handle the rebound.
Well, I didn't see that at all in the first 20 minutes. Just the effort to go rebound that basketball, right? Just guys trying to knife their way. You're just a totally different team right now in the second half for Long Beach State.
Titans scored the first basket of this second half, and Long Beach State scored all 14 points to come after.
Messina hasn't stopped talking this whole possession, directing traffic. And I think when they hear this voice, it energized him.
5 to shoot, another deep shot clock. San Antonio gets it away. Jones says, I don't think so. George fouled hard going to the line.
Gotta love the block, and then you've got Kadir pushing the ball with the no-look pass to A.J. George running the floor. All things going right. Again, Abubakar on time, on target. A.J. George willing to give up his body, get it to the rim, trying to draw that contact.
A.J. George, 7 points, 4 rebounds. He's 3 of 6 shooting. First trip to the free throw line for A.J., who, as I mentioned in the first half, is now averaging double figures scoring this year. He has really been a huge part of this offense down the stretch. Hits the first free throw. George led the team with 18 points in their loss at Hawaii on Saturday. Of course, had that big 28-point game at Cal State Bakersfield. It's notable that George has led the team in scoring the last 2 games that they've missed Marcus Sahonis. He makes both free throws, and Long Beach State's lead is 6. Here's Square against Polonese. Battling inside. Got the bounce. John Mikey Square, hard move inside. So that ends a long scoring drought for the Titans. Jadon fakes, drives, turns, and pops. A rebound to Lee. Titans trying to make it a one-possession game. Lee down low. Double team. Gets it in anyway. Seemed like he didn't realize he had a pretty good matchup at first. And then he waited for the double team and scored anyway.
Well, I just like that he kept his composure, and he was able to, to go up and get over. I mean, he would be their grad transfer by as long as he's been there, but he can score around the rim with either hand. He's always created extra possessions and has always been active on the glass. And probably most importantly, he's got great knowledge of Coach Taylor's system.
44-40 is the score, by the way. As Bruton gets it down low to Lee again, and Polonese rejects him. Jones pulls up. Got it. What a sequence for the Beach.
Well, they've just got their rhythm going. They're defending. They're coming down. Jadon Jones definitely is feeling it and really taking not good shots, but great shots. A little shot fake, gets under the defender and able to get to his.
Cal State Fullerton taking a timeout, and things didn't go so well after their last one. We'll see about this 30-second timeout. They're down 6. Bruton against Jones. Now O'Day. Jones all over him. Shot clock single digits. Lee to Bruton. 3 to shoot. Fires away the 3, and he drains it. DJ Bruton, give him 17. Thompson to George. No, Lucina's got it.
Just a different energy.
Jones 3, yes sir. Jadon Jones already with 20 points, and we're above 12 minutes to play. His career high is 27. By the way, there's a block. Abubakar on the run.
Great team defense.
Thompson, 3 in transition, no. Now Carper tries from the corner. Out of bounds, going to the Titans. And we have got a timeout on the floor with 11:52. Long Beach State staying hot. Big thanks to Jadon Jones. Bring you all back. Shark is into it, showing off the dance moves. Good crowd on this Thursday. And expecting Long Beach State will be playing in front of a pretty good crowd on Saturday over at the Brent Events Center as the second installment of the Black and Blue rivalry will be played this year. A big one, I believe it, nationally televised on ESPN2 or one of the ESPN networks. 7 o'clock game on Saturday. All right, Beach up 6 with the ball, and A.J. George gets by Bruton, takes on Square, missed it. Lucina, the rebound and the putback.
Again, love the wherewithal for A.J. George to dribble drive to get paint, and then the relentless effort of Long Beach State to get those extra possessions for second chance points.
6 points, 8 rebounds for Lucina. San Antonio down low for Square. Bumping Lucina, goes up. Gets it with a foul. Abubakar knocking it away, so they're going to count that. I think this was definitely going in.
Well, you can see right here the defense. I would have liked to see A.J. a little bit more active deferring that, but right there you can see that basketball was definitely dropping down, and easy call for the Zebras to give Square a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play.
Missed it. They're 0 for 3 from the free throw line. Jadon spinning. Out of bounds. Titan ball. Like Jadon Jones, a man on a mission every time he touches the ball tonight. Carper fakes the three. So does San Antonio. Torrey off to Square, met by Lucina, and Square going back to the line.
Well, I tell you, I like what Lucina did, and the Zebras are underneath, have a better look, but I like the way he walled off his cylinder, and it's something I say at every game when I see it happen. Long Beach State practices that every day, as most teams do.
Square bends the knees, flicks the wrist, puts it in. First made free throw for the Titans. Four-point Long Beach State lead. Colonies has it back from George. Falling away. Abubakar. And the flush. Finally, he gets an easy basket inside.
The human pogo stick.
8 points and now 11 rebounds for Traore. We've reached the 10-minute mark of the second half. Square out to Carper. Three goes for Carper and gets the Titans back within 3. So while it really feels like all the momentum's been on the Long Beach State side in the second half, I mean, the Titans are right there still.
Well, they're going to defend, they're going to rebound, and they play with the physicality. So, you know, when they go into their scoring droughts, they can depend on their defense as well to keep it close.
Polonese fakes it. Inside Abubakar.
Quick move.
Nice move there, and the lay-in off the window.
Doesn't fight pressure to go middle, reverses, finishes baseline side. Smart basketball play by Abubakar, who has really become quite the player since his arrival at Long Beach State.
5-point game, Square taking on Polonese and going back to the free throw line.
Well, the first time with the wall up, I was questionable there. Very easy call to make.
So Square, third straight trip to the line for him. Clearly they're making it an emphasis to get him the ball down low over the last few minutes. Varick Lewis coming in for the Beach. Thompson goes out. Robinson in for the Titans. O'Day to the bench. Square makes them both. 3-point game again.
Let's see if they can get a set where they can get the basketball inside. Do they go inside out, maybe a little bit of a high-low, and they just do that?
Offensive foul, though.
But was Abubakar, I mean, he should have just let the basketball come into him to receive it. Easy call.
Oh, we got some blood. Let's not go to that other camera right there. San Antonio down, his back to us, so we can't see just how much. But
that play right there tells me that Abubakar understands that it's an inside-out team, just trying to get position, and it was just unfortunate. I'm just glad that it could have been worse, and hopefully he's going to be okay with that hit to his nose.
Well, the flagrant 2, though, is massive because Abubakar Traore now walks off back to the locker room.
Absolutely.
I mean, no doubt, I thought a flagrant 1 for sure. The flagrant 2 there in an inadvertent play, that's tough. And it's a tough break for the Beach, too, especially because Abubakar is playing so well in the second half.
Remember a couple games ago, I thought it was load management. I want him out there as, hey, these guys are young, right? You play twice a week. You practice. Just unfortunate. Because I'll tell you what, Abubakar is not a great kid, a good kid. He's a great kid. Unbelievable.
Well, all of a sudden, the Titans have a chance to retake the lead. Varick Lewis knocks that out. And this just became a massive, I mean, it already was, but these final 8:40 here without Abubakar Traore, he fouled out in the game at Hawaii, and Long Beach State really had a tough time down the stretch without him.
He's such a force on both ends of the floor.
Square, double teamed, going at him anyway, and getting back to the free throw line. John Mikey Square on the offensive side for the Titans these last 5 minutes, single-handedly keeping him in this game.
But that's where you have to have resistance, but you have to keep your hands out. You always say that you want to show your hands on defense. So, the ball, the good double, the good patience, and as soon, I don't know. I thought his hands in real time. It's how hard it is to be an official. I thought his hands went down. His hips went down, which lowered his arms. And I don't know. That's a close call. Really close call.
I think the word, and you've said it a couple of times now, that I think it is perfect to describe what we've seen from Square the last few minutes is patience. I mean, every time he gets it down low, he is not hurried up down there. And you saw it right there. He got the feed, chilled for a moment, made his move, and gets 2 points at the free throw line.
Well, since I last saw them play at San Diego State early to start of this season, to me, he's slowed down a little bit. That's where you get the patience and the poise. But, I mean, just look at him. He's physical. He can guard 1 through 5. He's unselfish. He's the type of guy that doesn't need the ball, and he does all the little things. I mean, he's definitely what I call a ball mover. He wants to get other people shots. It never sticks when the ball's in his hand. He's been coached rather well.
Lacina, he's going to the line. Foul on Grayson Carper. No one in any real foul trouble. 3 fouls apiece for Lucina Traore and Chase Polynice.
Well, I like the way he catches it, looking for someone inside. And Jadon Jones did a great job of clearing out that block area to create space for him to be able to put it on the floor and get to the rim.
Lucina knocks down the first free throw. I think that dog is barking. The dog we saw in that shot a few minutes ago. Someone needs to tell him the home team's at the free throw line. Save it for when. You hear that?
I don't know if that's a dog or that's just a ferocious pit bull, a fan that is in the stands, but definitely had an effect on the game.
Oh, this game tied at 56 as we slide under 8 minutes.
For Long Beach State, they wanted the big zone. You got to have active hands, live feet, no open shots, and wall off the paint, which they did not do in that particular possession right there.
George getting in the passing lane, knocking that out of bounds. And that will bring us to a timeout on the floor. Titans will have the ball, just 7 seconds to shoot it when we come back in a tie game. Don't go anywhere. Keep it locked. Long Beach State picked things up at the end of the first half, got off to a hot start in the second half. And where does that lead us? To a tie game, 56-all with 7:41 to play. Dave Miller, Jason Schwartz here with you. And, well, 7 seconds for the Titans to get something off here. And with Abubakar Traore, I mean, we could see a back-and-forth game all the way to the finish here.
A premium on the rebounding, which we talked about, would be probably the most important stat on that sheet tonight in determining the outcome. But it's going to be which team also can get multiple stops and look for both to get the ball into the paint. The team that settles will probably lose tonight. Paint scores will win this thing.
And Square, because he's got the last 10 points for the Titans, he may. And he puts them up by 2.
You see the way he caught that, and he squared up, pun intended, to the basket.
That's 14 points now. Ball out of bounds, stays with the Beach.
That's one of my favorite sets that Coach runs.
You know, Square had just 2 points in the first half. And 12 so far here in the second half. Half of the Titans' points. Asa Silva in, Varick Lewis out. Polynice down low to George. George finding his way, and he's going to the line. Chance at a three-point play.
For the super soft when you need him. Timely scores, timely steals, deflections. He just does it all. He can stuff a stat sheet in a very, very quiet way.
Into double figures, too. George now with 11 points, trying to make it a dozen.
Well, I just like the way he looked the ball. I mean, you watched him in real time. He caught the ball with his eyes. He looked it into his hands. He caught it. He stayed low. He was composed, and he took what the defense gave him.
Long Beach State goes up a point, 59-58. I think 7 minutes. Bruton against Jones. Pulls up from the elbow. No good. Offensive rebound to Square. Here's Bruton on the drive. And what a finish.
Well, that was slippery or slithery. The way he just went down the lane and was able to get it up on the glass.
I think both work, slippery and slithery.
They can just flat out score. Ooh, they had Lucina that time.
Foul on the Titans here.
Might just be me, but neither team is settling right now for quick jump shots. 6:19 to play. We're going to see some paint points.
Foul on Bruton. I think I just realized that he may be the first player we've seen come into the pyramid taking advantage of the new rule that allows you to wear numbers 6 through 9.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You don't often see a guy wearing number 7 in college basketball. Long Beach State has a guy, Eli Georgievic, who wears 8. But we haven't seen him play in a minute. Polynice ties it at 60. First missed free throw of the game for Long Beach State. 60-60 our score. Bruton picked up by Traore. Looking underneath. Around it goes San Antonio. DeLuna against Lucina. Spins on it. Goes up baseline, no. Up ahead for Silva. Jadon fires away. He waited, thought he would get a better shot. I'm not sure he did. And now the Titans can retake the lead. Bruton with 10 to shoot. And a foul going against Lucina Traore. That is his 4th.
You know, play defense with your feet. You got to show your hands. You got to absorb contact as you wall them off on your chest.
That's a bit of a predicament now with Abubakar out and Lucina now at 4 fouls.
If I'm Coach Munson, you know, you leave them in, and this you pay dividends learning how to play in foul trouble. Now your defense has to be on point. You're sticking to your principles. You're sticking to your rules. And, you know, what does a coach always say? Defend without fouling. We'll see if he can do that.
That free throw gives DJ 20 points. He's got another one coming here to try to give the Titans a 2-point lead. Titans 62, Long Beach State 60. Silva against Carper, looking underneath for Lucina.
Put the ball inside.
Double teamed. And they call a foul on the Titans. Well, both teams in the bonus now. Lucina's going to shoot 1-1. DeLuna called for his 4th personal foul, 3rd rather. Nobody on the Titans with 4 fouls. So Lucina about to get another. Traore, 8 points, 9 rebounds in this one. Hey, by the way, I know you were focused on it at the half. Long Beach State turned it over 11 times in the first half. You know how many they've turned it over here in the second?
Once.
Yeah.
Just 12 turnovers for the game now, so they've figured that out.
Different team, Jason. Different team.
Titans, meanwhile, they've protected the ball well all game. Just 5 turnovers all game for Cal State Fullerton. Open look from the corner. San Antonio buries it. And the Titans back up 3.
I mean, isn't he the reigning Big West Defensive Player of the Year, if my memory's right?
He has been at it for a minute. Few names on this Titans team have really made their mark. Ball loose. Picked up by George. Lucina. Yes, it goes. 1-point game.
Let's see if they come back and get into that 2-3 zone. Trying to keep them from getting downhill. And then the key is if they draw 2 defenders to the ball, you've got to move on the pass, on the skip pass. There it is.
Carper, good look. Another one.
Man, it's a lot easier to sit here and tell them what to do than when you're really coaching. That's great offense right there. Moving the defense, skip pass, wide open shot by Fullerton.
12 points for Carper, all of them on threes. He's 4 of 8 from beyond the arc, and the Titans a 4-point lead. Dan Munson going to take a timeout, and we're going to take it with him. Chance for a roll call here as Long Beach State comes out with George, Thompson, Silva, Traore, and Jones. Titans have DeLuna, Carper, Bruton, Square, and San Antonio. And it's Beach basketball, 26 on their shot clock. And again, they are playing without Marcus Sahonis. He did not play today due to injury. And Abubakar Traore out of the game due to a flagrant 2 earlier in the second half. George off the dribble, no good. Rebound Carper. And the Titans can extend their lead here. 4 is the largest it's been since the start of the second half. They had an 8-point lead at halftime. Long Beach State quickly erased that.
Key is they've got to guard containment. They cannot let them get down the lane. Jadon Jones does a great job staying between his man and the basket. Now can they get their push game, the flow game? Easy score, no go. Get the ball to the second or the third side of the offense.
And a foul there against DeLuna. Going to send Lucina Traore to the line for 2 free throws. Is that foul there the 10th on Fullerton of the half? It puts Long Beach State into the double bonus. So Lucina Traore to shoot 2. He's 3 for 4 from the free throw line in this contest. Long Beach State as a team, 13 out of 15 from the line. Been a good night for them so far. Free throw from Lucina, and he gets it. He's up over 70% now shooting free throws on the season. Spent most of the non-conference under 50%, so a massive turnaround for him from the line mid-year.
Well, we always talk about Abubakar getting better, but Lucina came in here as a transfer and really could rebound, and he was good at putbacks and dunks. But you can see now when he takes that 15-foot jumper, I think it's going in. And what he's been able to do is parlay his physicality on both ends of the floor to make winning plays for his team.
3-point game. San Antonio against Thompson. 10 on the shot clock. Bruton guarded by Jones. Here's Square against George. And an offensive foul. George hitting the deck.
Big time play by A.J. George, staying in legal guarding position. And what we try and teach every young basketball player, absorb the contact on the chest. Easy call. The offensive player lowered his shoulder. Boom goes the dynamite. A.J. George, a big time and timely play defensively for Long Beach State.
3rd foul on Square. Saw that shot there of Dedrick Taylor. He's almost at half court there, and I think he was maybe applauding the official there, upset with the call, something. But he was in a crouch over near half court. And now Long Beach State down 3 with the ball off the Titans turnover. Just their 6th turnover of the game. 2.5 minutes to play. Thompson looking for Lucina. He's wrapped up by DeLuna. Out to Jadon. He'll fire away. Missed it. Wanted the foul. Lucina has the offensive rebound.
Patience. Don't rush. Get it to Thompson.
Well, he's got it now. 10 to shoot.
Get it inside. Get it downhill.
Thompson for 3 and the tie.
Big time shot by Messiah. Wow.
When you said get it to Thompson, is that what you were looking for?
Yes, as any coach would say.
68-68, the crowd alive. Bruton, he's going to the line. And the foul on Jadon Jones. Again, Lucina Traore playing with 4 fouls.
But I like that.
He's foul on Jones.
He's done a really good job, and he just hasn't been passive. He's been competing on both ends of the floor, and I mean, just working like Donna Summer, hard for his money on that offensive end, trying to get paint position to receive the ball.
DJ Bruton, 22 points now, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Ended a 230 scoring drought with that free throw for the Titans. To give him a 2-point lead, he gets it.
Well, you just got to know for the rest of the game, Bruton, I mean, he wants to get downhill for layups, and he drives for fouls. So you've got to really defend him without fouling.
George finding his way inside. How'd he do it with the foul?
Well, what he did, Jason, was he was able to keep a low center of gravity off the dribble drive going left, being able to square his shoulders to get it up on the glass. And you can see right here, a full head of steam. And when he gets below the defender raised up for a second, did not beat him to the spot. He squared his shoulders, and that enabled him to get it up on the square. And I always teach, the backboard is your friend.
16 points for A.J. George. The foul on Square, that's the 4th on Square. So now both bigs with 4.
This young man, A.J. George, every game you just see him get better. He's like a flower, and he's starting to blossom, and it couldn't be at a better time for Long Beach State.
1-point Beach lead.
Man-to-man defense by Long Beach State.
Bruton on the drive, got by Jones, then Jones recovers, but they call a foul. Boy, DJ sped right by him, and then Jones, trailing him, thought he had the block. See if we can get a look at that one.
You talk about quickness on the perimeter, okay, on that dribble drive. And, you know, Jadon side-saddled him, and, that's what most players do at any level. You get beat off the dribble drive. You don't give up on the play, but you're trying to block it. I would have liked to seen a teammate come from help side. Once you get beat, you've got to move as the ball moves and forget your man. You can get someone on the backside to crack back. But, man, was that a quick dribble drive.
3rd foul on Jadon Jones. And this to give the Titans the lead. Only one team led the entire first half. That was Cal State Fullerton. And then now we've gone just back and forth here in this second half. And the missed free throw keeps it tied at 71. Oh. George lost it from behind. Big steal for the Titans. And we've got 1 minute to play.
And if you're Long Beach, you need a big stop right here.
Titans have 1 timeout left. Long Beach State has 2.
Can't allow Fullerton to get into their flow game, to get downhill.
Shot clock at 8. Bruton against Jones.
Oh, nice job by Jones to stay low.
Another foul on Jadon. It's number 4 for him, and it sends DJ Bruton back to the free throw line.
Well, you would think normally, like we always say in the NBA, you pick a scab in the sense you're always scratching at it and you're going at it. But, Jadon Jones, premier defender. DJ, premier offense. I mean, that's just the matchup of the night.
Yeah, that is a fun one-on-one matchup to watch for sure. Titans on top. Let's look at that foul.
And
really the one-on-one
right
game,
there?
yeah.
Oh, you can see where he got him on the arm.
So DeLuna comes in, O'Day to the bench. DeLuna's got 4 fouls. So a lot of big players right now with 4 fouls. Jones and Lucina Traore for the Beach, DeLuna and Square for the Titans. And Long Beach State hustles it into the front court, takes a quick timeout. We'll see what Dan Munson and his staff have drawn up. Silva, George, Lucina Traore, Jadon Jones, and Thompson on the floor for the Beach.
I'm sure Dedrick Taylor beat it like a drum. Defend without fouling. Trying to keep, both teams for that matter of fact, are trying to keep the other team out of the paint.
George on the drive. Kicks out. It's Silva for three. And the rebound going to Square. And he's fouled with a dark shot clock and 2 free throws coming. A chance for the Titans to go up 2 possessions.
What a great look to get that corner shot with the A.J. George dribble drive, attracting multiple defenders, being able to kick out.
So Square, who has just been massive in this second half, stepping to the line. The Miami, Florida native, transfer from Fairleigh Dickinson. 6 of 7 from the free throw line. He's got 14 points, 12 of them here in the second half. Misses the first free throw, big miss. And now we'll try to make it a 3-point game. And Long Beach State does have a timeout. Titans have one more as well. Made that one 3-point game. Timeout, Dedrick Taylor and Cal State Fullerton. Here we go, 24 seconds. Beach down 3 with the ball. Thompson pulls up. Short, Square catches underneath, and he's going back to the line. Well, we were on the opposite end of the floor. I'm not even sure if that Thompson shot there, I think it was a deep 2.
I thought so, just in live time, but it was hard to see with the glare on the floor and where we're sitting.
And now Square back to the free throw line. And makes it a 2-possession game.
If you remember in the beginning of the game when I was talking about, Fullerton wanting to play through the paint, always getting a piece of the paint, pushing it patient. They love to get to the free throw line, and right now, they're getting to the free throw line a lot more than they did in that first 20 minutes.
76-71 Titans, 15.7 seconds left. Jones having trouble getting it into Thompson. Finally does.
You got to fake a pass to make a pass. Move that inbounder.
Lacina's going to take the 3. No. Rebound San Antonio up ahead for DeLuna. And DeLuna going to dribble it out. The Titans coming into the Walter Pyramid.